Hi, my name is Ryan. I am 11 years old, and I like to play sports. I play 3 sports: baseball, basketball, and soccer. And I really like cooking, and I got into cooking when I was about 8 years old, and my mom made me make an omelet, and I really liked it. And then the next year, my brother took a cooking class, and the food that he brought home was really good, and I was jealous, but he didn't like it. But then the next year I took a cooking class at NCC with Chef Nina Perez, and I really liked it. And that's when really I wanted to cook more and more. And then the next year I met Chris Santos at a Johnson and Wales alumni dinner, and then I really wanted to cook a lot more. And so now, my best dish that I really like to make is lasagna with fresh pasta. And so it's a 1/4 cup semolina flour, 3/4 cup, sorry. Now I'm just going to make a well. And I really like this because it just tastes good, and you don't have to use semolina flour. It's just a good thing, a good dough for it, or a good flour. So you just want to make sure all the sides on the well are even, so that no egg can slip out. And I'm just gonna do 1 egg. So now I have a fork. So I'm just gonna beat the egg. So just like you usually do for an omelet. And then once it's good, you're just going to bring in a little flour, so that it's just bring in a little at a time. You don't want to bring in a lot at a time, but you could add more of it. So usually when it's starting to get stiffer, I usually when the dough gets stiffer, you can put a little more force into it, but you really don't want to break the wall. But once the first egg is pretty stiff, you can add in another egg. So now it's gotten pretty stiff, so I'm just gonna add in another egg. And you just want to beat it just like you did the first one, and kind of get it in with the other one, and then you just want to start bringing in flour again. And if your well gets too big and and the egg isn't touching it, you want to push it in. And sometimes that does happen, and it's okay if it does. Doesn't really matter. You just have to push it in. And if you're wondering what positions I play in my sports, I play a goalie in soccer, a center in basketball, and I play actually all positions in baseball. And if your well breaks, which it is for me a little bit, you just want to hold your hand there until it stops, until it gets firmer, and then bring some extra flour over, or you can take a little more flour just a little more flour and put it where it was breaking. And sometimes it does happen. So, and also I have a blog. And, you know, I'm actually just starting it tomorrow. So, you know. It's called Bites by Buzzee. And you see, once it gets really firm, like it is now for mine, you can start like getting more fierce with it and harder. And I like to add a little salt, you know, once it's getting harder. And my favorite basketball teams or NBA teams are the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Charlotte Hornets. And then for college basketball, I like Tennessee and UConn and Notre Dame. And then for the NFL, I like the Jets. And for college football, I like the Tennessee. So I'm just gonna like knead it, and you know, it will be sticky, and that's okay. It's okay if it's gonna be sticky, so don't worry. So you just want to knead it until it gets not as sticky, but still, it's going to be sticky, so don't worry if it is. And this is probably going to make enough lasagna sheets. And you could make a lot of different stuff with this pasta dough. It's not just for lasagna sheets. And you could also make other stuff with lasagna sheets, even if you do. Like you could make Italian rosettes, which I actually really like. You could make that also with lasagna sheets. But I like to do lasagna a lot. And I really just like doing this. And so once it's kind of like getting in, like forming a dough, and you want to just put a little olive oil on it. Just like rub it around with your hands. Now I'm just going to get a piece of plastic wrap to put this in, and then I'm going to refrigerate it for 30 minutes. So now I have cut up a cup of onion and a cup of carrots and a cup of spinach. And so now I'm going to mince 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. The garlic press. And so a tip is if you have like these kind of bowls, if you fill it up most of the way, it's a cup. So that's how you can tell if it's a cup. And you know, the garlic press is just a quicker way of mincing the onion. You know, you don't have to use it. You could use just a regular knife. And sometimes you might want to loosen it up so that it gets looser, so that you can mince the more meat. And also a tip is like if you're like to keep your space clean and save time, you have like a garbage bowl, like it's just a plastic bag in a mixing bowl. Now I'm just going to turn down my sauteing pan because it's getting a little too hot. And so that's three close, I mean. And so in that pan over there, I just have olive oil. And my pasta is still in the fridge. So now I'm going to chop up a pepper. So I'm just going to cut off the top. And you can use the same knife for all of these. It doesn't matter because it's all going in the same thing. And you just want to take out the seeds. And I mean, you don't want to cut it into strips. You want to cut it into you want to basically dice it. So now I'm just going to cut it in half. Then I'm going to put this stuff in my garbage bin. And then once you cut it into not too small strips but not too big, then you can start cutting it into smaller pieces. So then you can just cut it into small pieces. And by the way, you can use other type of peppers. I just like red. You can use green, yellow, orange. And if you like stuff spicy, you could use jalapeno peppers just to give it an extra kick. And so you just want to make it so that they're really small pieces. And so and the thing is that I just like red peppers is because they're sweet, and I really like sweet. So I'm just gonna. Oh wait, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's in the same bowl with your garlic. It really doesn't matter.